One, two, three, sound check. Live stream is on the green. You guys should be able to hear me pretty fine, I think. I think. I guess. My guess is that you should be able to hear me pretty fine. Alright, stream is on the green. That's good. Everything is running. And that means welcome everybody to live stream. I'm terribly sorry for this delay. I kind of miscalculated my timings, and because my X-Plane takes 15 minutes to load, this is where we ended up. So I'm terribly sorry for that. I'll try to not let it happen again, but I can't promise you anything. But I'll try not to. Terribly sorry. I hate to make this. Anyways, welcome everybody. Shay TP, Tazzy was actually the first one here. Tazzy, welcome to live stream. I think you were flying with me. I might be wrong, but you was asking the route, so you were asking the route. So I think that you might be flying with me, I guess. Shay TP, welcome to live stream. Great to see you here. Seeing Crash Flight 97. Oh no. And speaking of the oh no, I need to change the design of the emoji for the hard landing. I thought about doing something like the oof, you know, when you make the oof after the landing when it's a really hard one. I think that one will work better than the wheel that I have right now. Anyways, who else do we have here? Syncrash Flyer, and that's about it for the chat. Oh, okay, never mind. We do have LPCB Plane Spotting. Hello, how are you? Yes, it is. It's the Phenom 300. Tazzy, I did, but it's 2 and 22. I'm a bit hungover. Would probably end up flying the Phenom upside down. Oh no. Anyways, ShayTP, hey man, glad to see you here. How are you? I hope everything is good. Guys, welcome everybody to Vancouver, Canada. We are on VATSIM right now. We do have ground control on. You guys know it's the across the pond event. It's absolutely chaos over the Atlantic. In a good way. Oh, look at that. There's a 777-300 of Air Canada. That one looks pretty good for the screenshot. Let me take it already. And, well, the Phenom is a new acquisition for me. Guys, we're going to be flying the Phenom today, like for the first time, like a serious flight. To be honest, yesterday I did a very small preparation flight just to make sure that I actually got the things right. So I read through the manual of the airplane. It is an extremely easy airplane. Like, I am impressed how easy it is. Like, the closest it gets probably is the Vision Jet of the Cirrus, but well, that's probably like even easier. But this one, comparing the capabilities, the range, the space, I mean, it is quite amazing, to be honest. And I don't know, if you want to get into jets, probably I would actually suggest you to get the Phenom, because it is really good. Now, speaking about the plane itself, it is nicely modeled. It has some cool stuff, but I feel like it is incomplete. And when I say incomplete, I mean that there could be some things that could be done better or more detailed that are not really complex to model. So, Aerobasks, if you guys are hearing me, well, please continue developing this bird, because it is really amazing and you already did a lot of the job, so it deserves a little bit more of love. But that is about it. Lapo, hey, welcome to live stream. Great to see you here. How are you? LPCB Plane Spotting, hoje tivemos casa cheia. Eu reparei, hoje voaram uns tantos aviões. Syncrash Flight 7 livery is cool. Did you post the link? I think this livery actually comes with the airplane, because I tried to find it, but I didn't. So I guess this one just comes with the airplane. If I am wrong, though, correct me and I'll find the livery and post the link. But yeah, I didn't find anything, and I searched for delivery, so it should be coming with the plane. Anyways, what are we going to be doing today, guys? We're going to be doing something pretty exciting, at least for me. We're going to be flying this amazing jet to an airport that doesn't have any instrument guidance. And what I mean is there are no SIDs, no stars, no approaches, no ILS, no VORs, not even an NDB. There is absolutely nothing there. So the approach will have to be done visually. And I mean, that's not a big deal, of course, when you're flying like even a turboprop. But flying a jet is a little bit different because this airplane is a lot more sleek, is a lot faster as well, and so it will require a little bit of a different planning. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, some sort of a small challenge. And speaking of where are we flying today, we are flying to Hudsons Hope, which is a scenery that I found from the forums, from a guy that he did that scenery, and it looks quite good. I really like it. And I think the route is very scenic because we're starting at Vancouver and we're going to be overflying all of those mountains all the way to Hudson Hope, and it will be really nice. So yeah, this airplane is going to be extremely easy, as you guys will see. Let's hop in, let's power up the airplane. It's called the ground power. Prepare everything, and then we're going to get our passengers, and then we're going to fly. Does it sound good? All right. Let's go. Oh, Yekaterina, hello. Welcome to live stream. She'll be all good though. Great brakes. Oh yeah, Tazzy, I already found out that the brakes are actually pretty cool. Okay, Emil should have been flying with us, but unfortunately there was something going on there with him, so he will not be able to do so. Unfortunately, so we are flying all alone for now. And because of that, let's start from the outside and just like start the normal I'm going to call it inspection. So let's open the door, and I'm going to go into the back of the airplane here because you can actually do it. You know what? I'll just hop over the wing, and you can come here and you can open the cover for the external power. Now, you guys might say this texturing is terrible. This is just because my RTX 2070 is basically pushing its limits, and if I put my graphics to higher, that will be a problem. We can also open manually all the baggage compartments, which is extremely cool. And we can also come there and open the fuel panel, and we can actually request the fuel to be loaded from this panel, which I found pretty cool. I'm not sure we're going to be using it today, but you can do it right here. That's pretty cool. So far right now we do have a total of 795 kilos. We'll see what's what. I'll let this cover open, and we also have two baggage compartments. I mean, it's the same baggage compartment, just have two doors from each side. So I'll just leave that one open so we won't forget to close it before we go, and the airplane looks really cool. Tazzy, I have the 4070. It's the same for me. It's just not textured well for the power. You can also refuel the plane from the panel as well. Yeah, I know. Well, then it's sad because I hope Aerobask then fix it. The cabin is really cool. We do have a toilet here as well. We're gonna take a look on that as we're gonna get into the cruise. But first of all, let's get into the cabin. The cabin is extremely simple. The overhead has basically nothing apart from lights and lights control. Pedestal is very simple. Parking brakes, speed brakes, flaps, throttles, and that's about it. Then everything is centered around you, and this airplane is actually certified to fly with only one pilot, which is really cool. Anyways, and right here, this is where you start to see things that are not exactly like to the level that they could be. Nothing of the microphones works, so you could like have a headset muffling or something, or like the mask mic, for instance, when you put your oxygen mic, that doesn't work, which is a shame. The voice recorder, nothing of this works as well. Oxygen control, this well works, and I'm already going to be doing the pre-flight, so we need to push this. Oxygen mask doesn't work. I mean, we can't even set the oxygen levels, which is a little bit of a shame because it's there. I mean, at least make the animation when we click it or something. And then both batteries are now off. Bus ties on auto. Gens should be on auto. Basically, this airplane, everything should be on auto, and that's about it. This is the test. We're going to be doing the test in a moment. Now I'm going to remove the yoke, just making sure that we've got auto, hydraulic pumps should be on open, then that's all fine. Windshield heating, this is all off, that's all good. Auto, this is off, everything is good. Now this should be on ECS both. I could put the air conditioning on medium, but once we start the airplane, and that's about it. No circuit breakers popped, but they are not simulated as well, but anyways, we could be checking that out. And yeah, it's a shame because there's not a lot of things here that should be modeled, and still some of them are missing. So I really hope Aerobask does the job. Anyways, now I'm going to pull out the tablet, and we're going to go here into the menu. Also, this menu feels a little bit outdated. That could be improved for sure. Fuel on board, we can refuel the airplane here. I can refuel the airplane through the panel. We actually can't do it through the panel, we'll do it. V-speeds calculations, very simple, very effective. Some options stuff, sounds and about. For now, what I want is just want to connect the ground power units so we don't spend a lot of the battery. And you can see the GPU is now available. So I'll start with the batteries, battery 1, battery 2. Nice pop-up of the screens. Let's put the nav lights on. And let me set the GPU 2 on. Alright, the system has initialized. Now as well, the system, I feel like they could have just improved the Garmin a tiny bit. And now that actually Laminar has been doing a good job with the Garmin, they could have introduced, some more stuff.
Test. Okay.
Which is good. Alright. Synchro Nelson, wish the pen do something. What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyways, I'm gonna come here to sim brief. I need to reconfigure my flight plan, and I need to submit it real fast. So I have already my route set, so I'm just gonna generate the flight again. Oh no, wait, I need to do something. Let me actually show you what I'm gonna be doing. So we're gonna be returning to Vancouver after the flight, of course, but in Hudsons Hope we don't have any fuel, so we need to account for how much extra fuel do we need to take. So a very simple planning that I'll do, I'll just see how much fuel, trip fuel I'm gonna need, which is 564. Let's round that up to 600, or maybe like a tiny bit extra, and do maybe 1,650, and I'll take the block fuel of 1,700. Now I wonder if this airplane can actually take this much fuel even. But probably yes. Let me just write a note here. 1,700 kilos of fuel. That sounds good to me. Your time to be expected 1 hour and 13. And let me just close this and come here to fuel planning, and I want to add tankering 620. Sorry, 30. Alright, let's generate the flight. Let's see. Oh, Synchro, there's a pen where the engines are started and could be easily animated in some way. That's true, I thought about it too. Alright, looks like we can do it. So 7,100 and something, that's what we're going to be loading. Let's pre-file the flight plan real quick. VATSIM radar. Did you guys check VATSIM radar to see how crazy it's going on over the Atlantic? I mean, it is impressive. I'm kind of happy that we are away from there, but look at it, wait. It's loading? Look at that. Oh my god. I think I've never seen VATSIM this full. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? This is... I mean, somebody has to do the statistics about how many flights are actually there. Oh, look at this. This is pretty impressive. Anyways, we're going to be here in Vancouver. We actually have ground. It's pretty quiet, and we do have an ATIS, but we're going to read that in a minute. Let me just confirm that I have everything correct. So November 66 Mike, IFR, correct airplane, altitude flight level 410. It puts the step climb here to flight level 430. I'm not going to set that. I don't think we need to step up any higher than that. So I'll just leave it like that, and I'll file the flight plan. So the flight plan is done. Open the PDF, and now let's start doing the stuff. Daifuko, hey! Hi Vlad and everyone, Celia, I'm at work, have a great time, bye. Oh man, well, I'm gonna wish you good work, thanks for stepping by, and I guess you're gonna watch the stream later, probably. If not, it's fine. Alright, let's get on the outside, let's refuel the airplane. Let me just allow it to crawl below the airplane. And let's power up here the refueling. Alright, so that's the fuel we have, so we need to uplift basically 1 ton of fuel, so let's hold it there. And I want to uplift until 1,720. Like that, or we could do just a tiny bit more. Like that. Perfect. Now we're going to open this stuff. We're going to do this. So this way the hose gets connected. I could actually, there is no animation of the ground services, but I can call the fuel to come. Let's put some cones, catering, and maybe like cleaning van. No, the cleaning van is going to be the clients. Oh, but that GPU is ugly. Anyway, so the fuel truck has come in. And now I guess I just need to press refuel. And there we go, it's refueling. So, good job, we can get back into the cockpit. Refueling is being complete, as you can see here, so this is really good. And while it does that, I'm going to configure my Garmin here. So first things first, I want to declutter this view a little bit. I want to switch terrain on this view, so we can have a little bit of extra situational awareness. My transponder is going to go to on, and my code initially is going to be 2000. By the way, I didn't get any code, which is a little bit weird. Let me connect and disconnect again to VATSIM. Maybe we get the code now. Probably not. Anyways, transponder is set, timer nearest alerts. Alerts is all good. GP connected, shed bus off. Everything seems to be right. Now here, I'm going to declutter this again, and we're going to go into the flight plan. And we're going to see now the ATIS. One cool thing that I actually noticed this one does, I'm not sure the other Garmin's do, but probably yes. If we switch on COM2, and let's say I want to monitor the ATIS, so let's set 124.6 without losing the ability to listen to the main frequency. I want to see if this is simulated correctly, but before I switch, I want to tuning ground 121.7. Oh. 1217 is done, and let's see.
Altimeter 2987, approach ILS, or RNAV, or via runway 26 left, landing and departure runway 26 left. Runway 31 available as exit. Happy pilots day from Vancouver Tower.
Cool stuff.
Inform Sir ATC information Foxtrot. Vancouver International Airport, arrival is Foxtrot. 1500 Zulu, winds 280 at 16 knots. Visibility 2 miles. Fuel at 080. Fuel at 220. Temperature 11, dew point 08. Altimeter 2987, approach ILS, or RNAV, or via runway 26 left.
It works. Alright, we've got to QNH in, we've got the departing runway, which is 26 left. That's great. I just need to get the charts now. Alright. Airport diagram, please. It's open. Now, I'm not sure where we are exactly, because this is Landmark Aviation. This is not the Terminal 1. Yeah, we are... We don't have any charts here for this. Yeah, this is the northern part. Okay, fine. We'll get through it. Alright, fine. I'll leave the taxi, and I'm anticipating... I mean, I hope we get the Vancouver departure, which is basically a vector. Which would be really useful. Just a vector, and if something goes wrong, I'll go vectors back to ILS runway 26 left.
1261, switch over to Vancouver, AC tap on 118.7, have a good flight.
1187.
Over to the tower, thank you very much for the ATC.
1187, I'll leave that there. Alright, very good. Now, this is all set. Let's go into the flight plan and actually set the flight plan. So flight plan is very simple. Let's go procedure, departure, up. Enter, and I want to Vancouver
Can you give me
2.
the frequency to tower one more time, please? Yeah, so it's on CTAP, so it's 118.7.
Right, running 26 left set via vector, and I'm going to load this. Good.
Thank you very much. Over to tower. Thank you.
Now, vectors, and now I can just input. I can use the keyboard, which is extremely useful. All right, Keen and Wood. Hey, welcome to live stream, man. Great to see you here. How are you? Keen with double N's. Canada, correct. Enter. Then we've got Hyrie. And enter. Then we've got Yankee, X-Ray, Sierra, Prince George, correct. And then we fly to friend. And enter. And then I'm not gonna tune in anything because... Or wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna tune in anything now. Or maybe I should wait. I'm just confused now. Let's tune in, never mind. It's Charlie Yankee November Hotel, Hudsons Hope. That's where we're going. By the way, beautiful scenery. So shout out to the creator of the scenery. His name is LP Nils. You check out his work. He has some amazing strips. Very cool for some bush flying and or some small jets, like it is the case today. So that's really cool. The only thing I want to get is we'll see what we get with the altitudes later. Okay. All right. So the flight plan is set. That's all good. Let me just do 41 here on the VNAV. So 41, enter, enter. And now this here, which is gonna assume it's gonna be 2,300, just a tiny bit above the elevation. That's inserted, and now this one should be 3 degrees. Enter. Okay, sounds good to me. That's all done. Let me just check the departure here. It's our initial climb. Oh, what was that? What was that? I missed it. I think somebody subscribed. Yes, Angel de la Torre. Welcome to the live stream, and thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the crew. Woody, I'm good, buddy. Thanks. Great to see you here, and great to go. Great. All right, everything is set. Let's call the client. But before we call the client, we need to get away with that fuel truck. So let's see. The fuel is on, is correct. So I can close this. I can close this, and I can power this down. Wonderful. I can close this stuff on, and you can go away. Beautiful. All right, this guy does a lot of muscle training. The bags are loaded up. Let's close that door. Let's close that door there as well. Get inside. Get the clients in. Let's just... I think the cleaning van is some sort of a van. It's a bit weird. The bus is going to be probably a real bus, which makes no sense. Let's see. Oh no, okay, that one's fine. Let's say the clients come from there. So that's actually good. And now the fuel is correct, so I'm going to go here to V-speeds. I'm going to calculate for flaps 1. Compute 107, 107, 118, 135, and I'm going to set 135 here for initial speed. 118 plus 20 will be 138. So let's actually do V2 plus 30. 138 is set, and I'm gonna send takeoff speeds to PFD, so this way they will pop up automatically. If you don't want to do that automatically, you can actually come here and probably insert them manually. This is where they should be. So But there's an option. There's an option for that. I just didn't look into it. All right, clients are in. Unfortunately, we do have to check the weights through the main X-plane menu, which is a little bit of a bummer, but that's fine. 2 passengers on row 2, 2 passengers on row 3. A lot of aft baggage, 1 passenger on row 1. A little bit of baggage on forward baggage. CG looks more or less fine. It's within the limits stipulated for the plane, so I accept that. And now let's go to AviTab charts, checklists. There is a provided checklist from the developer, and it is quite good, so we're going to be using it. All right. Let's close the door. Oh, wait, it's this one. Close the door, let's take the bus out, cones and people, clean that all out. And we also need to contact ground for the first call, right? Makes total sense. Never mind, he went offline. Okay, he was like, no, that guy's boring. I don't want to get any private jets. But let me just confirm that it's not here. Yeah, it's not here. Alright, runway 26 left. I hope it's not way too far away from where we are. It is not, so that's good. This way you can jump straight into before start checklist, so pre-flight and tests. Oh, no, we haven't completed this once. Now we're gonna see the stick pusher. Basically, it's a feature to prevent the airplane entering in the stall. There we go. It's completed. Ice protection. This one it doesn't really simulate, unfortunately. I guess, or maybe it does a self-test of some kind, but nothing really happens. This one doesn't do anything as well. Smoke does.
Fire. Fire.
Okay, baggage section and fire on the engines.
Fire. Fire.
Wonderful. So tests are completed. And so oxygen bottle pushed packs auto. Oxygen pressure dispatch, electrical panel, we've got above 27 on the DC, above 28, that's the GPU. Alright, hydraulic pumps, never mind, sorry, bleed panel all auto, fuel panel pumps auto, hydraulic pumps shut-off valves both open, pusher cut out, pushed out, ice protection off as required, pressurization is all checked, fire panel, everything is pushed out, start and stop, IS is all on stop on both sides, ignition both on auto, and receivers are on idle, flap speed brake closed, parking brake set, doors are closed before start check is complete. That's as simple as it looks. And I'm going to disconnect the GPU, and I'm going to remove the GPU from here, just making one final check that everything is closed, all the doors, all the latches. What the hell was that? Okay, I guess maybe the GPU. Alright, everything seems to be closed. Man, it's a nice jet. And now how do we do this? Before we start the engines, just a quick check. We need a briefing, guys. You guys are not paying attention. We need to do our briefing. Of course, we do briefings here, like a very simple briefing. Because it is quite important, right? Okay. Briefing time. Belegestel. Hey man, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Welcome to the live stream. By the way, how is my sound? I hope my sound is fine. How do you enjoy the Phenom? Would you recommend it as a first payware? I'll get to that in a bit, if you don't mind, okay? Would be right back. See you in a bit. Sync fire. There we go. It's brief time. Alright guys, so we are flying the Phenom 300. It's going to be a flight from Vancouver to Hudsons Hope, a very beautiful place. I could actually open here Sky Vector so you guys can see how the route is going to be looking. Look at all of this terrain we're going to be crossing. It's quite beautiful. Alright, the node temps are fine. The weather on the route is looking fantastic. It's looking really great. I mean, it's pretty much clear sky. We've got some clouds, but nothing crazy. We've got the significant weather very close to Hudson's Hope, but this is icing below flight level 100 and above flight level, or to flight level 180. Let's see the infrared satellite. Yeah, a little bit of clouds, but nothing significant. Let's check the weather radar. Oh, actually a little bit of rain and snow, possibly. Ah, wait, this is the alternate. Never mind. So, anyways, but we are not afraid of that. Let me just put the airport forecast alternates. Everything's on the green. So other than that, everything looks good. No segments, I expect. Yeah, no segments. Everything is fine. So for the departure, NTI is going to be on auto. So probes normal. Terrain radar is basically kind of almost always on because we have this amazing 3D view of the layout of the outside. As for where we are parked, we are on Landmark Aviation Hangar. So I guess this is kind of some FBO. We are basically somewhere here, I think. And we will need to taxi all the way back here to taxiway. I guess this is going to be Foxtrot. Wait, where's the airport? Go. Foxtrot, let me zoom in. I wish there would be a little bit more detailed. Why there is no exit chart? Let me open all of this and see what's there. This is all text. There we go. This is what I want. Why don't they label it as it should? Anyways, we are somewhere along here. We'll have to go all the way to Alpha, down here to Alpha 5 and take runway 26 left. We should be totally fine taking that. We don't need to take the full length. I mean, I think that's actually full length, so it's good. The runway is dry, the wind is nothing significant. I mean, the ATIS is already gone, but we can come here to AirMate. Correction, sim brief and check the departure airport. Weather 16 knots, 290, so basically mostly of a headwind. It's all fine. We're going to be taking off with flaps 1, takeoff power, normal power, and departing straight ahead on the Vancouver 2 departure. Basically, it's running heading straight ahead until we have a clearance to turn to the first waypoint. Very cool. Alright, other than that, no constraints, no radio navs, no special considerations apart from the fact that we need to remember this airplane does not have an auto thrust, so everything should be managed manually. But it's not complicated, and if you guys check the live stream that I did on Citation, Citation is actually a little bit more complicated than this one. Other than that, for the abnormals until V1, we're going to stop for any malfunction. In which case I call reject, apply maximum brakes, thrust to idle. We don't have reversers on this airplane, so it's only maximum brakes. Deploy the speed brakes, stop the aircraft on runway, set the parking brakes. Then advise the ATC, assess the situation, and we'll communicate with the passengers later. We don't have a takeoff alternate. Oh, and by the way, yeah, of course, if the failure happens after V1, we continue straight ahead, climbing to at least, where's the MSA? No MSA here, should be on the approach chart, to at least probably close to 6,000 initially, or 5,000 initially over the water, and then a left-hand turn back to the ILS in Vancouver. Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, 3,000 should be more than enough. Other than that, we don't have takeoff alternate. I think we are not overweight for landing. Let's confirm. Max landing weight is 765. Our takeoff weight is 73, so we are below. All good. No other considerations. No lost comms. That's the brief complete. Any questions? If so, post them in the comments. Alright, Wood, time, and Synchronous Flash sounds good. Thank you very much, guys. Flubbo, what's the ceiling on a Phenom? 450. I think it's less than that. I think it's 430. But it was lower. Anyways, everything is set. Strobes are on because we don't have a beacon light here. That can be all done, and start the engines. So basically completed all the stuff. So I just hit run and then start. That's it. Outside sounds are pretty cool. I mean, the engine has stabilized already. I'm not sure it starts this quick, but nonetheless, it's cool. Yeah, it is very fast. I'm not sure that's quite realistic or not, but Okay, gens are on. Very good. Let's put the cockpit fan and cabin fan to medium. Everything is set. Let's go flaps 1. Taxi light on. Do a quick flight control check. Just move it. Making sure that everything looks good. Windshield heating is going to go on before takeoff. ADS probes are in auto. Everything on the rest is off for now. That's all good. We are ready to go. In which case I need to switch to the CTAF. And let's see. Alpha Foxtrot. This chart looks a little bit different from what I have on the paper. I don't have taxiway alpha, and on the chart I do have a taxiway alpha that goes like this. But anyways, brakes are released. Brakes are checked. Let's go. Let's go. Transponder alt 2000 is set. I still didn't receive any code, which I find a little bit weird. Also forgot to set the altitude, and let's do the after start checklist. After start checklist, GPUs removed, electrical emergencies pushed out, stall protection tested, takeoff data set, trims. Oh yeah, the trims. Speaking of trims, does it give me a trim value or not? Doesn't give me a trim value, but we are on the green, so I'll leave it there. 7.5. Weird that it doesn't give it the trim value. Flight control speed brake checked. Oh yeah, speed brake. Let's check the speed brake. We don't have a flight controls page, but we can see. Ah, never mind. We can see it here. Spoiler, speed brake deployed and closed. Good stuff. Ice protection on required flaps 1 for takeoff. It is set right here. After start checklist is complete. Next is before takeoff. There's a before takeoff to the line and below the line. Oh, now that 777 has transformed into a KLM 777. Interesting. ShayTP got the clear prop. Synchronish Partner 7, how do you get to the trim? I have no idea, to be honest, but it's on the green there, so I assume if you are on the green for takeoff, you are fine. So, I do 7 units. It's pretty good so far. Alright, looks good, looks good. As before takeoff, takeoff config, like in the Embraer.
Takeoff. Okay.
Takeoff is okay. CAS is checked. Signs. PED belts off. No, I didn't get where the signs are. Oh wait, emergency lights, forgot the armament. Temp. Because I never found the seatbelt signs. Alright, disregard that. Yaw damper is it's on by default, off. Ice protection not required. Out of thrust is ATR. ATR is green, it's not green. It's white, but we don't need it, so I mean we don't use auto thrust here. Before takeoff checklist to the line is completed. Alright, let's get a bit of power, get rolling faster. I mean, am I going the right direction? No, I'm not going the right direction. Alright, let's do Phenom things. Yeah, I thought this was a secondary taxiway. ATR isn't auto thrust. I think it's auto thrust reserve or something. This additional thrust on takeoff. Yes, we do have that, but that is only. I mean, I only see that when I advance the throttles to takeoff. Right now, it is not really displayed. So, I'm not sure what they meant there, but I see what you're telling me. And by the way, do I recommend it for the first payware? So I got it for fairly cheap, $32 on the discount now. And it's really cool, but as I said on the beginning, I feel like it is missing some stuff. Like, it could be better developed. Texturing is not the best. Sounds, I feel like sounds could be better on the inside. Because, for instance, like, I'm sitting right now in the cockpit, away from the engines, and it should be quieter. But if I go here, it is actually quieter in the back, which kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, right? I mean, maybe it's because of the fans, but you can notice this as well during the cruise. Maybe it's just like that, I'm not sure. Maybe that's the way it is, which, okay, I can accept it. But then there's like a lot of this oxygen mask, some of the buttons doesn't work. The Garmin could be further developed, in my opinion, like smaller things to aid the navigation, like the ability to add custom waypoints. I mean, you don't have... I read the manual for the Embraer. There's a page missing here, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it is, but there's one page missing for the systems. So, I mean, yeah, they're like the small things. So, I don't know, if you really want like a small jet, yeah, it's cool. But, for example, the citation, the default Cessna citation of X-Plane 12, man, it's actually really good. Like, the sounds are really nice, the visuals are really nice, the autopilot is very decent. I mean, the FMC works, you even can input like custom waypoints, PVDs, and so on. So yeah, of course it's more complex and older to fly than this one, but hey, it's free. So, yeah. Well, I guess there aren't custom waypoints by default in the Laminar G1000. Now clicking the range knob, pointing the arrow somewhere, and pressing enter allows you to enter stuff. Let me see. You said clicking on the arrow? No way! Okay, but they are missing another way to input waypoints. This is really cool. Okay, I guess I just... This is so nice, thank you very much. Alright, guys, are you ready? We're gonna be taking off. Let's go here, line ourselves. So below the line packs are advised. Exterior lights are gonna be coming on, landing lights in a moment. Strobes are already on. TARA set before takeoff checklist is complete. I can stow the tablet, and final is clear. I can also... Wait, how do I get out of this now? Alright. The old usual way. This is impressive. I didn't know about this. And I read it. I searched for it. Okay, we have no other traffic, so looks good to me. Right, Vancouver traffic, Phenom, November 66. Echo is departing runway 26 left for intersection Charlie. Vancouver traffic. Alright, takeoff is okay, everything is ready. As you guys saw so far, operating the airplane has been really straightforward, really simple. Also, what I like to do is click the vertical speed and pre-select an initial vertical speed of plus 2,000 feet a minute. This allows me to engage the autopilot in a smooth way and then transition to either a smooth acceleration or deceleration. Now, because we're going to go over the water, let's keep the takeoff power until 1,000 feet. And then we're going to keep accelerating from 1,000 feet all the way to 250 knots. Climbing. Clear on the left, was clear on the right. Everything is good, everything is ready. There are some nice options in the custom waypoint menu as well. The problem is I couldn't get into the custom waypoint menu, but I guess we're going to explore that in a second. Alright guys, are you ready? Let's go, let's advance this to 40. It is stable, a little bit of forward pressure, and just advance it slowly to takeoff. Takeoff is set now. We do have more power, that reserve takeoff power that we were talking about. Airspeed is alive, thrust is set, 80 knots. The sound of the wheels is really cool. V1, rotate. And nice and smoothly positive climb, gear up. Whoa. Alright, that was impressive. Alright, fly runway heading now, maintain the speed. Pitch for 15 degrees. Vancouver traffic, Phenom, November 66. Airborne passing 1,000 feet. There's 1,000 feet. Climb power. Very good. Yacht Embraer on. Autopilot on. So right now, as you can see, we are climbing nicely and accelerating, which is very good. So we have no traffic. Let's set flight level 410. Flaps can come up. Flaps up. And there is no other traffic. We can proceed direct to the next waypoint, which is keen. Direct, confirm, activate, insert. Away we go. Direct nav. Now I'm going to wait until we reach 250 knots and I'll hit the flight level change. Actually, I think I need to... no, wait. I need to scroll to flight level to correction to the speed of 250. Sync the heading. Man, what a lovely airplane. There's 220. Goodbye, Vancouver. It's been great. And there's 250, flight level change. So we allow the airplane to accelerate nicely and smoothly. And this way we can now climb. Let's see, do we have an after takeoff checklist? Yes, we do have. Landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, yaw damper is on, thrust levers are on climb. Pressurization is, whoops. Pressurization is checked. Cabin is climbing at a nice rate. Altimeters, so far we are on the same QNH, so that's good. Ice protection. Oh yeah, ice protection. Let's put the windshield heating on. And external lights as required. After takeoff checklist is complete. Very good. Yeah, it is lovely. I mean, this airplane is lovely with the simplicity of the flying. It kind of feels like you're flying, I don't know, like, it's so simple. It's kind of like a Cessna, but it's a jet. And that's really impressive. Alright, we've been going 49 minutes already. If you've been watching and you haven't liked the live stream, please do so. Really helps out to put this channel forward for other people. 10,000 feet, lights are off. And let's get the airplane to a steady acceleration. Now we could do this, just advance the flight level change the speed to the speed that we want to get, like 270, or I could just hit vertical speed and set like 1,000. It sets up 650, not bad. 700. I'll leave it like that. Just get a tiny bit of more speed into the airplane. Really good, really smooth, really nice. Man, if this airplane gets a little bit extra development and some extra quirks, it's gonna be so cool. it is gonna be really, really cool. Alright, one thing I forgot to do was to check the fuel that we had on the takeoff. Can somebody watch the replay and see how much fuel did we have on the takeoff? That'd be really helpful. Also, I didn't set the timer. It's fine. It's really funny how you try to get things done quickly. Well, because I started the stream late, and my head was so rushed. And when your head is rushed, you forget things so easily. That's exactly what's happening now. I'm gonna actually set the timer on now. Let it run. Okay. So far so good, man. Look at that view. Outside view, careful with your ears. Actually, never mind. I'll do something here. I think you can control the outside sounds. Yeah, exterior, let's put it like this, because otherwise it's too loud. Oh yeah. Now I'll take the tiny... Oh! We almost pressed the wrong button there. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Look at that view. That is cool. That is really cool. Alright, well, in this case, because we actually can input custom waypoints, as it looks like, I'll do that. I'll do that in a moment. I just want to hit 18,000 so we get into the flight levels. Go standard QNH on the standby, and let's put the standard on the mains. So this way it's everything stable. Oh my god, look at this view. It's just beautiful. Wow. Alright, let's see. Pull the range out. Mouse. I guess, can I move them? Yes, I can. Good. This is really nice. I didn't know about this function because the way I was trying to input, let me get out of here first. The way I was trying to input was going to the flight plan, and I saw a video and I read the manual for the Embraer for the G1000. No wait, was it the G3000? Maybe that's the G3000. Let me confirm, because I downloaded the Garmin manual for this airplane specifically, and I looked for it. So, docs, Embraer, 300 Garmin. Let me see. No, it just says Embraer 300, doesn't say what type of Garmin it is. But it's like this, basically the same. Anyways, so let's see. Get out of here. And yes, basically there was an option, like this button here had an option, insert custom waypoint, and you could insert a waypoint based on either coordinates, or you could insert like the PBD, so that would be based on a waypoint, and then you inserted a radial and a distance, or two radials. But I could never find that option. So, yeah, let me set 41,000 here. Set. And this one should be -3. Or we could even set 3.5. This is pretty steep. Okay, good. Plane is climbing, reaching flight level 270 in a bit. Sync the heading, and I'll enable the bank limiter, basically because of the high altitude. And as you probably noticed, we have also switched to Mach number. It does that automatically, which is really cool. And I'd like to accelerate the plane a little bit more to Mach 6.5. Okay, so yeah, that was one of the ways I was trying to get the waypoints in. So this way, maybe I'm going to actually delete this waypoint. Enter. Let's go flight plan. Out. No. Press the wrong button. And let's try. The newer series doesn't have any loading time, by the way, once you zoom in or zoom out. They're really cool. Now did I break it? It is so beautiful. Man, this is such a scenic flight. Alright, we are back in business. Let's do this. So, Hudsons Hope is right here. So, I'd like to zoom in. Can I zoom in now? Oh, it doesn't allow me to zoom in now. Huh. Ah, no, wait, it's loading. Never mind. The Crash Flyer X-Plane looks so nice now. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. And look at this weather, man. It's such a nice weather. I think we got really lucky with this weather on this flight. And it's kind of why I decided to do it as well, because it was good. Alright, zoom in, please. Zoom. I was scrolling the wrong way. Alright, and what I want to do is, I want ourselves to fly to here. Sorry, I'm not very used yet to the controls of this Garmin. I'm going to create a waypoint here. So it was enter. Right, user waypoint, let's call it waypoint 1. Mr. Calmeplavus, Portuguese, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Alright, let's add it, and I'm gonna call it waypoint 1. Or wait, is that just a name? I thought that was a name. Wait. What did I do wrong there? Okay, this loading time takes a lot of time, so 37.5 is going to be the maximum range out that I'll give. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. If it doesn't save, it saves in a weird location. Manually insert a reference waypoint. Haha, okay, then that probably will be easier. That will probably be a lot easier. For that, you know what I'll do? I'll just come to SimBrief. And I'll do it like this. SimBrief, not SimBrief, sorry. SkyVector. And what I want to do is, basically, I want a waypoint here. So this one is on... wait, I need the other one. feel like we need to get it from here. So this is 271 at 14 miles. Let's try it. Enter. I do need to give a name, right? Okay, let's try give it a name. Waypoint 1. What? Waypoint 1. Why can't I get to the next part? Like, why can't I get to the reference stuff? Okay, there we go. So, wait. It's November Hotel. Why did it change? Why is it doing that? Oh god. Okay, let's try it like this. Charlie Yankee November Hotel and enter. Now I want this to be was it 271 at 14 miles. Okay, enter. Now what? It is not exactly there though. 271. It's not over the water. 271. Let's try 281. 285. 288. Okay. Enter. Now do I need to input it? Like... Okay. Enter. Enter. Okay. We got somewhere. This was a little bit confusing. Okay, let's try another one then. I need... Oh boy. Let's call it now Charlie Yankee November Hotel 2. Enter. Now that's the same, and the outbound will be the reciprocal, so that should be 270. 270. And I want 5 miles. That doesn't look right to me. Or maybe it actually is. 237, 240. Let's try 2. Oh, it should be 230. God damn it, that was me. 230 at 5. Nope, that's too much. What the hell, man? Let's do 240. Nope. 245, that's 1,000 to level, and minus 1,000 feet per minute is there. Let's do vertical speed. Drop the nose. Up the speed to max 75. And let it get there. Man, I'm not even enjoying the views. God damn it. Alright. 245. Let's do 245. Four miles. What do I have here? I have 5 miles. Let's do 4.5 miles. No, 5 miles is better. Okay, I kind of prefer this one probably better. Although it's probably not correct. Okay, you know what? We'll do 240, and then we'll manage through. Let's do it like that. 5 miles, insert. I mean, unless this is track, this is in through and not magnetic, that's probably the case. Okay, we're leveling off, and what we're going to be doing now is something really interesting that this airplane has. We don't have an auto throttle this, but we do have something called current speed control, and basically what it does is some sort of a very basic auto throttle. So for now I'm still on the climb thrust because we're still accelerating. I'm letting the airplane accelerate. Oh man, look at that view, it's so nice. And we're flying pretty fast. And so once we reach that speed, Mach 75, actually, you know what? Mach 75. Yeah, Mach 75, let's fly Mach 75. This is where I want to waypoint. It says 236 here, but this is probably magnetic. I mean, on SkyVector it's magnetic, and here it is probably... it is probably degrees true. Okay, let's take this one. Enter, enter, enter. Good. I can now go to flight plan. Let's add the waypoint. Okay, enter, enter. And now I can just add Hudsons Hope itself. Enter, enter. Beautiful. Alright, there we go. We are almost reaching our airspeed. We get out of the flight plan. I'm going to push the thrust to cruise. It will say cruise. And now I'll enable current speed control, and you can see a nice green area there. Basically the thrust now will adjust automatically to maintain whatever airspeed you have there for your cruise. So that's really nice. Bellistell, for manual waypoints I prefer to click the location with the mouse like you tried in the beginning and then insert a reference waypoint. I think I'll compute the distance and bearing automatically. Ah. Okay. I think I got it now. Okay. Kinda looks a little bit misaligned with the runway. Let's try it again. Or you know, let's wait. Let me just readjust this one. You know what, I'll leave it like that. Oh, thrust is on the limit, probably because it's giving the maximum power and the speed is not getting there. So maybe max 74 would be better. Let's do max 74. Let me try and do the other way, the way you were trying to give me. So wait, let me get out of here. So here's 37. Let's imagine I'm going to go with the cursor. And let's say I now want to add another waypoint. Like right here, for example, doesn't matter. So I click enter, and what I have to do now, I still need to write a name, correct? Is that it? So I still need to write a name. So let's try test 1. Wait, it changed, goddammit. Wait, I need to do it again. Ah! Let's try it again. But, I mean, this is interesting. I just want to try to understand how it works exactly, so I can actually use it. Because it's a neat feature. Alright, let's say I want a waypoint here. So, enter. Now, let's do test 1. Test 1. Okay, I click enter. And now let's say I want to write... Okay, this one doesn't allow me to use the keyboard, so I need to scroll through. Alright, let's set whatever it is. Charlie, Yankee. Or maybe it's just referencing already to whatever other waypoint there is. Let's try it, wait. Okay, so I'm gonna clear this again. Maybe this one is me inserting customly? Probably that's it. Also, wait, stand by guys. Before I do that, let me just do something. I calculated the altitudes and I know that I want to be at 5,600 feet. Right here. Enter. And I want to be at... Why does it say 41,200? And this waypoint here, I want to be at 3,600. Enter. And on this one, it's basically field elevation, but we're gonna insert plus 100 just for safety reasons. Okay, so now we do have a VNAV profile. I guess I can engage VNAV. The path is on, so that's good. Speed is being held nicely. The views on the outside are absolutely amazing. And now... Okay, let me try this again. I can do it. Okay. Let's zoom in. So let's say waypoint here. Enter. Let's just give a name. And enter. I'll just leave this through. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'll leave this too. Enter. Is that it? Now I can come to the flight plan and I can just import tests. Oh yes, okay, so it automatically creates, it was just creating a reference from another VOR. Now I understand it. Now I understand it. Okay, well we got it both ways, so cool. Finally. Alright, good. This is really nice. Really good stuff. And speaking of stuff, I want to reinsert this waypoint. I want to clear this one. And I want to clear this one as well. And now I just want to reinsert Charlie Yankee November Yankee 2 because we saved it slightly. Not Yankees, Hotel. Jesus, Charlie Yankee November. I'm not inserting November. November Hotel 2. Enter, enter. Okay, and now I can insert Charlie Yankee November Hotel. Enter, enter. Yay, this one looks better. A lot better. A lot more aligned. Yep, almost perfectly aligned. Very good. And now I just have to insert again the VNAV altitudes that I calculated. So for the distance, 3,600 on this one and 2,300 on this one. So that's set, minus 3.5 degrees. And the rest will be fine. To top of distance, we've got 13 minutes. Let's make a briefing, guys. Whew. Nicole Boteva. Hey, welcome to live stream. Sorry for not saying hello to you. I was really focused on this stuff here. Alright, you know what, guys? I want to go into the toilet. We have a toilet here at this airplane. Let's go. You see, the sound is a little bit quieter. I don't know if this makes sense. Maybe it's actually like this, but I kind of feel like it should be. You should be able to hear the engines a little bit more. I understand that the front cockpit should be louder because of the wind, but at the same time, like just listening to the engine noise is weird. Man, what a view for a toilet, right? And by the way, check this out. Those guys, man. Those guys are making fun of us. Alright, and the toilet actually works, so we can do our business and actually click the button. And it does everything. All the shades work. Very simple, very effective, very cool. Cool stuff. We do have a seatbelt sign on here. Where is the seatbelt sign, man? Electrical pneumatic air test overhead. I mean, I thought about it, but it's not on the overhead. Look, landing taxi nav strobe panel. This is the cabin effect. Upwash, probably lighting, emergency light, and that's it. There are no more places where it could be. Pressurization, air conditioning, temperature, mode, cabin fan. I really have no idea. Yeah, I mean, it should be here, I guess, but it's not. Like, I'm not making this thing up. Alright, anyways, we don't have a lot of time. We have what? We have 11 minutes to top of descent, and we need to do a briefing because I think it's really important for this airfield because we don't have any visual reference there, and so it is really, really important. Anyways, let's see. Behind the yoke. Oh, okay. Here it is. Alright. Okay. It was really nicely hidden. Thank you, Nicole Rotella. Thank you so much. Oh god. Wait, now I need to test it. If we switch it off, does it actually turn it off? Yeah, it does. Cool. Alright. Nice. actually kind of makes sense. Really nicely hidden. Okay, so let's watch departure. Never mind departure, not arrival briefing. Let's see what do we have here. We don't have basically any chart for Hudson's Hope. The only chart I found was this one, which is kind of like a main briefing about the entire airfield. So that's exactly what we're going to be looking. But right now, let's start from the beginning. So the status of the airplane looks to be all good. The weather is looking a little bit more cloudy. I was not expecting this to be this cloudy here. I mean, we were looking through some pretty fine weather, but it should be high-level clouds. Should not affect us on the way going. We don't have a METAR for Hudson's Hope, and I think I still can't reach it on the X-plane menus, so we're going to have to check the actual weather of the field a little bit later. Nonetheless, no temps are fine, anti-ice is not required. We gave a call to the guy of the airfield just to confirm that we will be coming there, because it's a small airfield, they don't get jets there too often. Terrain radar will be on. We don't have weather radar here, at least not on the Garmin, or I don't know how to turn it on, but we don't have it now. I mean, nav waypoint. Wait. Why can't I go? I'm not able to go into other pages now. Why? I'm always getting to the waypoint page. What if I want to go to some other waypoint? Like flight plan, okay. Okay, there we go, got it. Yeah, jump straight to the flight plan, to the waypoint page now. Okay, there we go, nav. Help mode above. Okay, this is the TCAS, fine. This is the, okay, this is the storm scope. Okay, so we could at least see the lightings. This is the nav screen. Nav with weather, my guess. I guess so. Alright. Anyways, we're gonna wait for it. Never mind. We're gonna be keeping an eye on the weather. The top of descent is in 7 minutes. It's calculated for a 3.5 descent. We don't have any constraints apart from the ones that we already inserted, so I calculated for a 3 degrees glide path. We need 5,600 feet on the first waypoint, 3,600 feet on the second waypoint. It is just a tiny bit higher than a 3 degree glide path, just for safety reasons. And we've selected 2,300 on Hudson's Hope, although I will probably take manually from the second waypoint coming on to the field, because we probably will need to do a little bit of realignments. Okay, now regarding the field itself, the field is a very small one. We're going to be landing for runway 05, at least how I expect to do it right now, and we will have to backtrack runway 23 all the way back there. We have 5,200 feet of runway available by 100 feet. Have a little bit of a displaced threshold on runway 05 as well as on runway 23. And the traffic is on 123.2. I don't know if actually there is a CTAF. Let me actually try .CTAF on CH. No, Charlie Yankee November Hotel. Yeah, no AIP data was returned, so I guess I'm going to use 1228 on VATSIM. The area of the communication is 5 miles out, starting at 5,200 above sea level. And a caution note, we have 50 feet T's, 50 feet trees along both edges of the runway within 50 feet of the threshold runway 23. as well as the runway surface deteriorating along both edges. So lateral runway crack 250 feet from threshold 05. Very careful with that. They're kind of like simulated actually, which is really fun. Other than that, we're going to be landing. Of course, let's calculate our performance. We're going to land with flaps full. It's going to be VREF of 112. And speaking of Unicom, actually. Set 1228. VREF is going to be 112, and I will be flying 112 for one very simple reason. This airplane likes to float a lot, and we don't have a lot of runway, so I could have added +5. Or you know what? Now let's do this the right way. We're going to add +5, and I'll just close the throttles a little bit earlier, and then I'll just try to land it. There we go. So 117 is going to be our VAP. Safety first, always. No auto brake, no reverse. It's going to be full manual braking, and then a backtrack and vacate. Special considerations: this is a new airport, a new area for me and for you guys, so I need to be keeping an eye on terrain, obstacles, making sure the airplane is doing what we want. So following the speed, I prefer to be a little bit slower, but in a stable configuration, than be quick, fast, and unstable. Alright? We're not overweight. Alternate is fine. The rest is good. How are we looking in terms of fuel? I mean, pretty good. We still have a bunch. Let's just confirm. The trip fuel was 580, so we have burned 515, totally within the limits. We're burning 100 and roughly 360 kilos per hour, so no big deal. That's all fine. Okay, that's the brief complete. Any questions? If so, post them in the comments. Outside view. Man, it does look good, this airplane. It does look really good. Okay, looks like the clouds ahead are a little bit opening. Not on the right, but on the left. So maybe that's reassuring. 2 minutes from descent, so let's reset our altitude. And I'm going to initially set 10,000 feet. And recompute, send V speeds, VNAV, descent checklist. So approach briefing is complete, landing data is set, and speaking of landing data, we need to set the minimums, just so the airplane reminds us. And the minimums are going to be 1,000 feet above the field, so that's 3,220. So let's see, 3,220 set. Good. Windshield heat is on, signs outlets are set, ice protection for now not required. Descent checklist is complete. Next is going to be approach checklist. Alright guys, we are going to be descending soon, so please make sure to fasten your seatbelts. It might get a little bit bumpy as we get into the clouds, or maybe due to the mountain turbulence, so please make sure to be safe. Thank you. You can see cloud tops on the weather display, at least on the default G1000. Interesting, how do I do that? Oh, here? Okay, I can do that, indeed. Lighting, METAR. Oh, that's the wind, I guess. Is it? no idea. Wind, wind. Surface. Oh, this is really cool. Wow, okay. Alright, this one is really cool. And why did it start descending? Alright, there we go. So I'm going to disengage current speed control. Power down a little bit. Yeah, man, the G1000 has a lot of tricks. This is cool. I mean, I want to learn all of this. I want to learn all of this. I'm gonna keep the speed up. At least now. And yeah, the airplane is doing nicely now. Good stuff. Niels Christensen, hey, welcome to live stream. Better late than never. True stuff, and you are just in time for all the fun. So we spent a bunch of time trying to code in the approach, which looks like that. It's basically a visual, but I want to have an extra guidance through the amazing avionics of this airplane. That could be even more amazing, but still, pretty good already. And yeah, it's good. Learned a lot of stuff now. Oh, by the way, another thing I noticed is the cabin altitude is not 8,000 feet as it usually is. It's lower, it's 6,600. So this airplane actually has a lower cabin altitude. It's probably more comfortable. I mean, it is more comfortable for the passengers. What the hell is that? Is that a is that a cloud? And it's gone. Then we got some UFOs flying. Really funny. Niels Christensen, yes, this is the beta. It's the beta 3. So latest so far, looking good. Looking really nice. And most happily for me, the frame rate is actually decent. So, okay, let me recover the speed a little bit there. Otherwise we'll take a bunch of time getting there. Let's set 270. I mean, I want to reach by 270. Niels, yeah, it's definitely moving on the right direction. I agree. I totally agree. And I hope this airplane does too as well. Because it's pretty solid, but it can do better. It can absolutely do better. Alright, let's see. If I set 5,000... Oh, not the speed, sorry. If I set 5,600, I want to see where the blue line hits. 5,600, beautiful. Okay, so VNAV is doing a good job. Even in Amsterdam, although it's still a bit of a hog. Oh yeah, Amsterdam. You know, Milan, for some reason, has really changed too. No idea why, but actually the frame rate's been significantly worse in Milan. Vancouver is actually pretty heavy as well, and I have no idea why, because it's even near the ocean. So that's weird. But yeah, anyways, it's getting there. Still can't get through on the onto the weather. but it's fine. Whatever, guys, again, check out the amazing work that this guy has been doing for all the sceneries. I mean, it is really impressive. This one, the Northern British Columbia Wilderness Strips, this one is amazing, and I'm preparing this one for a future live stream. I even have the map open. Basically, there's a bunch of strips that you can go on. Some of them are not even modeled. I mean, they don't even appear on X-Plane map, but they are modeled, and they are really, really cool. Really nicely done, really atmospheric. So if you've been on the Discord, you guys know that we just got the Piper Cub, or should I call it the Piper Fox, that I painted the custom livery, because, I mean, I was just having so much fun with the airplane that I thought, well, we need I need a custom livery. Nicole, but have aliens waving back. Yeah, true. True stuff. Alright, I'm thinking, guys, do you want to see the return to Vancouver, or do you guys want to fly somewhere else? Maybe there is some other destination that's not as far as Vancouver that could be equally interesting. What do you think? Prince Rupert. Let's see. Overcast view 9 statue miles. There's low visibility there. There's an ILS and an RNAV GNSS. I just want to see how long is the runway. 6,000 feet. I mean, we could fly there. It is definitely closer than flying to Vancouver. What do you think? How many miles is this? 298. I mean, it's kind of the same. No, Vancouver is a little bit more. 298. Vancouver is 417. How about instead of flying to Vancouver, we fly to Prince Rupert's airport? That sounds interesting. Although I don't have the scenery and I hope it's fine, but what do you guys think? We need the PC-12. Cuff, cuff. Dude, I just spent a bunch of money. I think that will have to wait a tiny bit. That will have to wait a little bit. Neil says sure, so I guess, yeah, let's go. Outside view. Lovely airplane. And Belegistel, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much for all the tips with the Garmin, because as I'm now understanding, there is just so many different variations of the Garmin that it is, I mean, it's hard to keep track of all of them, or it's just hard to find stuff, because what I looked at was definitely some other version of the Garmin and not this one. Yes, incorrect flyer. That'll have to wait. And the PC-12. You know, I'm more looking into the Metroliner. Really waiting for the Metroliner to be posted. And I'm also really, really waiting on the 737-200, because I just feel like that airplane is going to be so much fun to fly. And like we have the 720, and at least for me the 720 is so much fun. But sometimes it is a little bit overwhelming, for three reasons actually. Okay, four. One, the engineering panel, it's very simple, yes, but it's there. And sometimes you have to spend time looking at stuff that's there that I would prefer spend looking elsewhere. That's one. But that's the minor like thing that really bothers me with the 720. The second one is the quality of the autopilot, because I feel like the autopilot is decent, but it is not really precise. I mean, you could say that it's kind of realistic, maybe because probably at that time the autopilot wasn't that great and you could suffer all of that stuff. Yes, that's the point, but sometimes it can just be annoying. Like, for example, you were turning on a heading and it does a turn with more than 30 degrees of bank, and then it overshoots your heading and it has to hunt. So kind of like these kinds of problems are not really cool. So that's number two. Number three is the fact that the instruments are small, like the gauges are small, and especially the altimeter, because it still uses an old design, which again, I know it's realistic, but it's old, and it was changed exactly for the reason that it was very easy to make a mistake with it. Yeah, that's just a pain to use it. So it's very imprecise, and you actually use it quite a lot because you don't have an altitude automatic level off. You have to level off manually by pressing a button. So it is a little bit tiring using those instruments. And then finally, like visually, it looks cool, really nice from the outside, but the cockpit could have a little bit of texturing work, and the sounds are, yeah, I mean the sounds could be a lot better. I feel like they are too loud, I think, and they could be really improved, in my opinion. Okay. So, I don't know why this changed to minus 2.6 degrees, but I'll accept that. Although I'd prefer a minus 3, but okay. So yeah, and the sounds, graphics, and lastly, which is a little bit weird, but I feel like it doesn't really have the best performance out there, that it could have a lot better performance. And by the way, we just passed transition level, which is flight level 180, and I can finally get the QNH 2985. 2985 is set on the standby. And let's go here, remove this. 2985 is set. Fantastic. We are set. Approach checklist, altimeters are set, and cross-check the same. DA, Barrow, decision altitude, in this case is MDA, minimum descent altitude 3,220 feet with an MSA of 5,800 feet. Crossfeed knob is off, we didn't use that, it's off. Exterior lights are not required now, signs and outlets are set, and packs are advised. Okay, let's say this is a little bit weird. I'm not liking the way it's doing the turn there. That's not cool. We might have to do it via heading. And what I also don't like is that we are descending too much, as you can see that by that. Yeah, we were descending too much. Oh, I guess I got distracted. Okay, let's keep ourselves now at minus 800 for a little bit. Keep the speed. Still have a little bit of time. I'm going to reset the speed selection to 200 knots. This airplane has something that's very unusual. Normally on all other airplanes, what you do is you deploy the flaps first, like the first stage of slats and flaps. Then you usually put your gear down and then the rest of the flaps come out. On this airplane, the speed limitation on the first set of flaps is 180 knots, which is actually below the gear limit. And that is a little bit annoying. By the way, we got conditions broken at 3,600 MSL, broken at 18,000. Broken at 3,600 feet, to be honest, guys. It's a straight diversion at this point. I could probably not even try this. Okay. Because 3,600 broken, 3,600. That's like 1,000 feet above the field. Alright, at least we've got the avionics. You know what? Change of plans. Heading mode, heading select. We're gonna fly to this part of the river. Gonna follow this valley, get into the river, and then we're gonna follow the river, descend below the clouds if possible. And then we are gonna get to the field, if that's gonna be possible. Well, after all, the weather's not so good as I was expecting. That's unfortunate. I can see the river there. Yeah, but the broken there is not so good. I'm gonna try to get there, and 3,600 is 1,400 feet above the airfield, so I can take that. Approaching 10,000 feet, lights are on. Okay, guys at the back, we're going to be landing in approximately 10 minutes, so please keep your seatbelts fastened. Alright, Shay TP, you're back. What did you miss? Basically, you missed me learning some stuff on the Garmin, struggling a lot. And then, basically, the weather has changed significantly from what we expected, unfortunately. And because of that, we're going to have to do a little bit of a different type of plan. So we will be going lower and slower. And I'm only doing this because we have pretty advanced avionics, and we can do this more or less safely, should I say. So let's start to slow down. Power to idle. I mean, wait, that's not the river. Wait, we can keep the speed. We can keep the speed. Out selection. Or maybe that's actually the river, I'm not so sure. No, maybe that's the river. Yeah, that's the river. Okay, let's slow down. Power to idle. Before landing, little to no flare required at VRAF. Checked. Start to slow down. And to make my life a little bit easier, what I'll do, I'll switch to OBS, but not from this waypoint. So let's do flight plan. Let's go to the final destination. Make a direct to. Activate. Let's do -3. Here on the VNAV if we want that. Get out of this. And now I can switch to OBS. Course. This is the course I want. 055 sounds good to me. Speed is nice. And we're just gonna fly visually over to the river. It looks more or less doable. It doesn't look as bad as we had it on the where we were flying, that we had really bad visibility and I aborted. Let's go speed 180. Even though this doesn't do anything, it still is nice to see. Alright, let's see, our V speeds change, so 111, 116 VAP. 116 VAP. Still the tablet. Alright, I can see pretty well. I can see the river all the way down there too, so that's good. That's definitely good. We can still see the waypoints, and we do have the distance, the GPS distance, which I'm going to be using here to confirm how far away are we. Alright, I want to maintain 180. And what I want to see is I want to remove the DME that, and I want to remove this data here, so I have only my essential information. Alright, let's start a left-hand turn, correction, right-hand turn, to align ourselves with the water. I can remove already the bank limiter. Check, that's 1,000 to level. Now, because we're going to be following over the water, probably to keep myself clear from clouds, I'd probably descend a bit more, but we'll see. So far it's looking good. LPCB plane spawning. Welcome back. Alright, speed is good. I'm gonna keep 180 knots. You guys are gonna be my pilot monitoring. We do see some yellow terrain now around us. That's fine, I can increase the range a tiny bit here. 24 miles out. Sounds good. We can maintain 5,600 until 10 miles out from the field. If not, we'll maintain 5,000 until 8. There's level off. And yes, I'll probably go for 5,000. Let's do minus 700 feet a minute. Oh, it's looking beautiful. Let me recheck if the weather changed. 90284, that's actually important because that's altitude. There's 5,000 feet. We are on the limit of the clouds. Radio altimeter has not yet come alive, so that's actually good. Keep the speed, a little bit of power up. I don't like this layer of clouds, but that's probably the broken at 3,600 that they were reporting. Seems a little bit higher. I have to get slightly lower than that, so let's do 4,200. That's 2 feet above field elevation. Diniz, o que é que queres dizer com uma passagem? Alright, we have good visibility. I can actually get some speed on here. Let's get to 200 knots at least. Keep it there, we're gonna be leveling. They're below the levels, the clouds. That's good. Very good. Okay, this looks absolutely doable. The radio altimeter is on, as expected. Let's level here. Okay, so we leveled off at 4,600. That is good. We are proceeding inbound. Charlie Yankee November Hotel 2. I'll just keep going like that, and then we intercept the nav course for the runway. Next waypoint is 3,600 feet. 5 miles. Right now it looks good. We have 2 knots of tailwind, 1 coming from the left, which means in terms of wind it's all looking absolutely fantastic. Let's appreciate a little bit the flyby. Yeah, even though it doesn't look like we're going fast, actually we are. And we are going quite fast in reality. Alright, 7 miles. Speed is good, altitude is good. We're right below the top layer of clouds. If something goes wrong, I'll just forward the throttles and we're just gonna go around. But so far, so good. Flying visually, using a little bit of GPS for guidance. We don't have anything red ahead of us, which is also good. As you can see here, just a tiny mountain there. I mean, when I mean tiny mountain, it's not really a tiny mountain, it's this one, but we can clearly see it. And that's very good. Starting to slow down slowly. LPCB plane spotting, acabei de ver a thumbnail no short do YouTube teu no Alqueva e pensei que seria boa ideia ver um short deste, mas sem ser para apoiantes, basicamente isso. Sim, eu provavelmente vou fazer uma coisa parecida com isso, brevemente. Mas já. Alright, we are getting closer. I'll switch off the terrain here. Now I'll actually leave it like the way it looks. Let's go vertical speed down, probably minus 500 is just enough. Exactly. Probably power back a little bit. Let's start configuring the airplane. Gear down. Flaps 1. Now, the limitations of flaps 2 and flaps 3 are 170 knots, so we can deploy flaps 2. Speed is checked, flaps 2. Flaps 3. Let's keep 130 knots for now. Now delay flaps full. Let's see, can I see the airfield somewhere? Oh yes, there it is. Alright, we're not too bad. There is no traffic there, obviously. Okay, let's go flaps full. VREF 116. Scroll that, 116. .116 is set, nav is armed, autopilot is off, yacht Emperor is off. I'm gonna remove flight directors as well. And just keep the turn. We are 5 miles out. Let me just set 6,600 like that, keep the turn in. And now we just have to maintain a minus 600 feet a minute descent rate. So speed is looking good. Flaps are looking good. Everything is looking good. Airplane is nicely trimmed. I can see the runway. We are aligned. And it's looking absolutely wonderful. We are stable. Continue. 3.7 miles out. Sounds more or less good to me. A little bit of drift from the left because of the wind. Landing checklist. And gear down. 3. Green flaps full. Yacht anchor off. Speed rate close. Go around altitude set. Ice protection is not required. Landing checks complete. All ready to go. Speed is a little bit low. Correcting. Keep that vertical speed there. Check. I feel like we are just a tiny bit low. But maybe that's just my impression because of the terrain, because there might be illusions. 116. Now we're good. We are good. There are some power cables on the way through, but should be clear. Yeah, that was just an illusion because of the terrain. Look at the radio altimeter now. It will increase, I'm almost sure. Look at it. 280, 290, 300. That's why you always make the calculations and you follow what you planned. Fantastic. Look at this scenery, guys. Okay, 2 knots of headwind. 2 knots of crosswind from the left. Looking good. Over the wires. Keep it descending. Power to idle. Just a bit of flaring. Touchdown. Speed brakes. Manual braking. Wow. This was cool. Holy crap, I like this. Oh my god. And by the way, the trees are all 2D, but I don't care. It still looks good. Whoa, guys. Welcome to Hudsons Hope. I hope you enjoyed this one. 1 hour and 12 minutes. Let's park up. Get everybody out. And we're going to fly to Prince Rupert. I think that's how it's called. So, holy cow. This was really nice. Alright, let's slow down here. Also, I don't understand. It looks like the ground spoilers come automatically out because every time I press the button for the speed brakes and it then just keeps being red. Alright, flaps up. Man, what a place. Are you kidding? Awesome. This was really cool. Alright, flaps are all up. Very good. Landing lights off. I can remove the OBS. And timer stop. Transponder standby. Did it change automatically? It was not on alt mode. Maybe something I forgot. Maybe. Pitch trim is on the green, so that's all set. Flight directors are all off. Very good. Windshield heating off. Let's park up. Get going. Man, this was a nice approach. Textbook landing. Do you guys want to see the replay? I can try to show you the replay. Okay, we landed with 1,032 kilos of fuel. 1,032 kilos. 31. Yeah, 32, whatever. Lovely. That was really lovely. Yeah, I want to watch that replay. That landing was spot on. Not exactly on centerline, but good enough to me. Really cool, man. And I love the scenery. I love the fact that there are trees. I love the fact that the runway is all crashed, and I love the lines. It is just so cool. This guy does amazing sceneries. Okay. Let's reset the clock. I'm gonna close the minimums as well. And brake to vacate. Nice and slow. We made everything so comfortable for the passengers, so we won't screw up now. Alright, I'll stop the jet here. Come just a tiny bit closer. Like that. And let's stop here. Alright. Parking brake is set, taxi light is off. And what do? We just shut down the engines. Outside view as well. That's really nice. Strobe lights off. Seatbelts line off. Oh yeah, there's even a noise. And that's about it, to be honest. After landing, flaps to brake up and closed. Stereo lights set. Our protection off. Cabin pressure. Landing altitude, all correct. Checklist's complete. Very well. Now just open the door. And let everybody out. Thank you very much for flying with us. Open the bags here. Open the aft baggage compartment as well so they can leave. And that's about it. Alright, let's watch the replay, guys. Let's watch the replay. Let's see if now the doors will close. I hope so. Yes, they will. Okay, good. So the replay looks to be stable. Let me move it backwards. Now we're going to have to wait a tiny bit while I explain loads everything. LPC plane spotting foi melhor do que a aterragem que tivemos no NetJets em setembro. Well, let's see how this landing is. I hope this thing doesn't crash. Oh, 4,000 feet. Looks like I moved it way too backwards. Oh, and the ceiling decreased. Look at that. We were not inside of the clouds, and on the replay, the clouds have lowered. Alright, let's position ourselves back into place. I love this view. Look at this. With the wires. Where's the runway? Oh, here's the runway. Let's put ourselves here on the road. Yeah, this one looks good. Alright, hit play. Let's watch it. Yeah, kind of feel like it's slow, but that's because of the terrain. I think we did a really good job of planning. Again, thank you for Belle Gistel for all the help. That was really good. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we're flying fast, but we are. We are moving fast. Look at this. Yeah. That was nice. Wait, let's do it again. I want to see that landing from up close. I really like that flyby view above. And I want to see the center line as well. Let's see. Oh, that was great. That was absolutely great. Wait, where's the center line? Oh, never mind. That was basically on center line. Okay, I can take that. Oh, I totally take that. Let's do one from the passenger's view. I think it looks really nice on the scenery. Oh, they can actually hear the callouts. Cool. What a nice little plane. Yeah, that was spot on. So cool. So cool. And then there would be somebody at the end of the runway watching for the jet because nobody controls whoever gets into the airport, probably. So we would be waving at him. The sound kind of is realistic, to be honest. Like, I've seen some private jets from up close like this, and it kind of sounds like that, exactly. Probably cut the grass with the wing? Ah, no, we were fine. Alright, let me just place the airplane into the tarmac so it sinks, and get out of the replay. Alright, everything looks good. So, are we flying to Prince Rupert's or not? Let's do it quickly then. Let's do it very quickly then. I want sim brief. I want to edit the flight. I hope we get enough fuel because 1,000 kilos is what we have now. 1,024. I think it's Papa Romeo. But I might be wrong. No, it is. Alright, let me do a quick calculate and compare. We should have fuel there. Trip fuel, block fuel, 1,000. We don't have enough fuel to go there. Oof. Okay. Well, legally, we don't have fuel to go there. We have to fly somewhere else. What if we just... How about this, guys? What if we just position the flight to the nearby airport, which is Fort St. John? And we just leave it there, so this will be like a very small flight, but very cool. Fort St. John, Charlie Yankee X-Ray Juliet. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, we have a bunch of stuff. Very good. Let's see. How's the runway? Long runway. Good. Oh, this is an interesting way to set up the stuff. We have ILSs. And how's the weather there? How is the... Oh, no. Wait. How is the weather there? Wind is variable, 230040, 11 knots, good visibility, I mean 60 statute mile is plenty, broken 3,700, elevation is 2,280, so yeah, this sounds good. Let's waste some fuel. I mean, I would do this flight, I think this is fun, I mean, this is very close, it's like 40 miles, and we just positioned the jet, so we would fly empty, and let's imagine that this, I mean, this is a private jet, right? So we would be flying empty, nobody there, no baggage, no nothing apart from our personal baggage. So let's say we had like, I don't know, 20 kilos. I can't change the pilot, so that's the only thing. Make sure. Let's apply. Weight has changed, so I would imagine that they'd be closing the doors already. And we need to. We just need to change this to the other field. I mean, it's literally direct to. Let me just calculate to compare. Block fuel is still above what we have now, but I prefer this flight. 18 minutes of flight time. This looks perfect to me. So I can close Vancouver charts as well. Let's see where we are. Oh, we have control, but probably just for center, Vancouver, FIR. It doesn't catch us. Or wait. But honestly, probably they don't really care about this now. Where are we? Oh, yeah, I'm not connected. Okay, I'm pretty sure they don't really care about this. So I'll just do this flight real quick. Okay, that's done, that's done. Let's generate the flight. It's gonna be a straight out departure. Very easy, so heading 055 was perfect. Heading 055, I'm gonna arm the heading already. And let's see, 18 minutes, 13,000 feet. Let's do 13,000 feet, set. Arm vertical speed plus 2,000, set. And Fort St. John, it says runway 30 as the best one. Runway 30. Let's see what kind of approaches we have for runway 30. We have an ILS. So should we do the ILS or should we do the... Let's do the ILS. I want to see how the ILS works on this one. And we're going to fly from Bomlo. That sounds good to me. Alright, let's go. Flight plan. Menu. Delete flight plan. And now just add Charlie Yankee. I forgot the call sign again. Not the call sign, the code. X-ray Juliet. Fort St. John, correct. Enter, enter. And now just hit procedure, select approach, enter. ILS 30 Zulu, enter. Via Bomlo, enter. Minimums will be Barrow. And they will be for category Bravo 2454. 2454, the closest is going to be 2460. That's set. I'm going to load this. And for now, that's going to be absolutely it. Range is looking good. Everything is looking fine. And so... that's it. We're ready for departure. Let's close the door. Put the strobe lights on again. And seatbelt signs on, even though we don't have anybody there. And let's see, before start checklist, let's just do a very quick briefing. So, we are here at this airport. We're going to be departing. Also departing. I'm putting myself ahead. Let's do flaps 2 for this one. Calculate takeoff speeds and takeoff speed. So rotate's going to be 102, V2 114, 134 initial speed. 134 initial speed set. We're going to be departing out of here, out of Hudsons Hope for Fort St. John Airport. I'm going to pre-file this. VATSIM. I wonder if Vancouver... I really doubt Vancouver, Prince George... No, that's not it. 13,000, that's all correct. Let's file the flight plan. Flight plan is filed. And I just want to make sure that we actually do need to talk to somebody. I don't see ourselves. Oh, there we go. Okay. Edmonton Center. $135,025. It's going to be a total mess, but let's see if they actually want us there. 135. I forgot the frequency already. 135,025. I'll leave that set, but we're going to do first the briefing. So, out of Hudsons Hope, straight ahead, climbing to 13,000 feet, maintain the QNH, so it's going to be exactly the same. V-speeds are going to be 102, 102, 114. Climb out at 134. Heading vertical speed is all set, straight ahead in a direct to Bimlo for the ILS approach. Minimum is already set. I want to see, I'm not sure, I think it should auto-tune the frequencies for the approach. But just in case, 109.5 and 298. Well, I don't know, maybe. We'll look if it auto-tunes the frequencies. If not, we'll do that. So yeah, that's about it. Emergency briefing exactly the same. In case we need to proceed, we proceed straight ahead and climb to at least 6,000 feet away from rising terrain. That's about it. Okay, I think that's the brief completed. You guys are ready? I am ready. And Syncrash 597, Eminem recently flew 4 miles? 4 miles? On a helicopter, maybe? Which is also a luxury. Wait, is that a joke that I didn't get? Anyways, let's try. It's gonna be a mess.
Turn direct, Tula, climb 290, Air Canada 132.
I don't think they will care about us. Alright, what is our call sign? November 66 Mike. November 66 Mike. I mean, it's right here, right? Okay, Edmonton. That's Edmonton Center, I think. Yeah, Edmonton Center. Alright, let's call him. Edmonton Center, hello. Phenom, November 66 Mike at Hudsons Hope. Just to confirm, do we require a clearance from you to a flight to Fort St. John?
66 Mike, you're in control airspace, so you can either get a clearance from me off the ground, or you can get a clearance from me airborne as a pop-up IFR. I'm not sure if that was your question, or if I am the controller you're supposed to be talking to today.
Yeah, it's all good. Then in that case, I'll just request an IFA clearance, please, to Fort Edmonton, if possible, direct to the ILS of runway 30, November 66 Mike.
66 Mike, stand by 1.
Light Shader 360. Did I just catch the end? Well, you skipped the best part of landing in Hudsons Hope, but we have still one very short flight all the way to Fort St. John's, so should be fun. And we do have ATC now. In this case, I'll just disconnect the strobes because we should be
815 Edmund Center, stand by.
running low on battery almost. No, batteries are fine. Alright, so before start checklist, pre-flight tests and completed. Well, we did it before. Oxygen bottle, all the rest is good. Pressure dispatch panel is good. Electrical panel above 27 volts. Well, we are below that.
Thunder 815, contact Edmund Center 135.
Above 27 volts. I wonder if that's for the batteries or not. I doubt that we'll be able to get it, but okay. Bleed panel, auto fuel panels is all good. Let's actually check something here. Fuel. I wonder if I can reset this somehow. 1024. Let me write that down. 1024 fuel. Before start. Hydraulic pumps shut off. All good. Push it out. Push it out. Set. Check panel on. Start stop. Both off. Ignition. Both in auto. It is. Fast speed brake up and close. Parking brakes set. And doors are all closed.
Alright, 66 Mike. Cleared to the Fort St. John Airport by the Hudsons Hope Airport. Flight planned route to airborne. Climb on course 13,000. Squawk 5543.
Right, clear to Fort St. John's, departing via Hudson Airport. Initial climb straight out, 13,000, squawk 5543, November 66 Mike.
66 Mike, your readback is correct. Monitor local advisories, call me airborne.
Monitor local advisory, call airborne, November 66 Mike. Okay, local advisory is 1228, so back to 1228, 5543 is set, transponder is on. I could actually probably already change this to altitude reporting mode. So that is set, everything is good, strobe lights back to on. I would now say that we're going to be starting the engines. Everything is clear around the airplane. Yes, it is. before start checklist was complete. Let's go, starting number 2. That sound is weird. Got to start number 1. Let's go start number... correction, that was number 2, starting 1. Oh, that was the cockpit fan, probably. I need to leave that on low. Alright, we got a good start. That is set. Flaps set on position 2. Windshield heat on. Taxi light on. And a quick flight controls check. Trims are on the green. Flaps set 2. Flight controls are all good. And after start, GPU disconnected. Electrical emergency. Above 23.5. Push the, wait, never mind. It's above 25 pushed out. Stop protection with test that takeoff data is all set. Trim set. Turning out trim pitch screen. Flight control speed brake checked. Ice protection is as required. Flaps 2 for takeoff. Before start complete. After start completed. Before takeoff, let's do a takeoff config already. That's probably parking brake.
No takeoff. Trim. No takeoff. Brake.
Trim. Let's do a 7. Okay, I'll take the brake out for a second.
Takeoff. Okay.
Alright, parking brake back on. CAS checked, signs on, yaw damper off. Ice protection checked, ATRs. I mean, it's not on green, but it's checked. Why is it not on green though? Am I doing something wrong here? Probably not. Okay, disregard that. Packs are advised, exterior lights set, transponder out. Still landing lights on, transponder out, set. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Guys, are you ready? Well, this is gonna be a takeoff straight from here, so, I mean straight from here. I'm gonna line up with the runway and then get going. Hudsons Hope traffic, Phenom, November 66 Mike. He's gonna depart runway 05, straight ahead, climbing 13,000. Hudson's traffic. Alright, clear on the right. Clear on the left. Trying not to jet blast a lot the guys there. On the back. Man, this runway, I mean, I love the texture of the runway. I think it's really well done. Alright, let's do a nice lineup. We're gonna do a static takeoff. Set the brakes. You guys are ready? Let's set the timer. Timer on. Check the fuel. 1014. 1014. Takeoff fuel. Let's go. Light Dasher 360. Is this airport add-on scenery? Yes, it is. Looks really good. The link is on the description, by the way. Check the guy's work. It's amazing. 40% stable. And takeoff. ATR green. Brakes off. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. Above 80 knots. Road V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Oh, I love the sound of the flyby. Alright, let's go pitch for 15 degrees. And let's just accelerate to 134. Let me go yaw damper autopilot. Flight level change. So 132. Let's drop the vertical speed. Correction.
122.9 for that, honey, good.
Speed check, flaps 1. Edmonton Center, hello again. November 66 Mike out of Hudson Hope, passing 4,900, climbing 13,000. Flaps up.
66 Mike identified. Proceed direct bomb low on course. Maintain 13,000.
Direct bomb low, maintain 13,000, November 66 Mike. Okay, flight level change, and let me do this 220. Flight plan, bomb low, direct, enter, and nav. Look at that, out of the clouds. Oh, it actually looks pretty good ahead. Look at our climb rate. All right, after takeoff, landing gear up, flaps up, down and front, thrust levers, back to MCT. There we go. Forgot about that. I was thinking we were climbing like a rocket, and we were. Pressurization is checked, cabin is climbing, altimeters cross-checked, all with the same value. Noise protection not required, zero lights on for now. After takeoff, checklist is complete. 10,000 feet, lights off. Let's accelerate to 250, just keep the vertical speed to 2,000 feet so we can get higher, quicker. Gaming with Jet. Plan for the 777 nav data is out of date and I have to get Navigraph subscription, so if I buy for $5 per month, can I cancel the subscription after I got what I needed? Absolutely, yes, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. Light Dasher 360. Oh yeah. You're replying. Well done. Okay, flight level change. It's actually 260 now. Now that we are there. Flight plan.
Mike cleared the Fort St. John ILS Zulu runway 30 approach bomb low transition. No observed IFR traffic. Monitor local advisories. Tell me down and clear and close the flight plan.
Roger, clear for the ILS runway 30 via bomb low transition into Fort St. John's. I will monitor advisory and close the flight plan on the arrival November 66 Mike. Alright. Reduce the thrust. Current speed control. This is 280. And what I want.
Okay, 132 Edmonton.
I wanted minus 3.5. Enter flight plan. That's done. Yeah, VNAV, VPath is armed. Current speed control is on. Look at that. It is looking cool. Alright. Let's see .CTAF. It is 1185. 1185, and we've got a new subscriber, Michael H. Welcome to live stream, man, and thank you very much for joining. 118.5. Change that, so that's all set. I'd actually take current speed control. Oh, never mind, was actually working. And let's reduce the altitude. Man, things are happening quick on this short flight. Alright, below 210 knots. So current speed control out. Below 210 knots. Not now, but initially that's what I want. And in terms of altitude, above 3,900. So let's decrease. Oh, selected altitude. VNAV is on. Set 3,000. 3,900. There we go. That was a little bit aggressive, but okay. Down we go. Looks like I don't have any orthos ahead, but it's fine. He didn't give me the QNH though, so I guess I'll have to watch it myself. 2990. 2990 set and set. Cross check. Descent checklist. The briefing is basically, we kind of did the briefing about the approach. Oh no, we did the briefing regarding the approach on the ground, so that's all good. Landing date is set apart from. Oh, it actually has the 1095 set already. I wonder if the course is going to be there. Yeah. Let me change GPS to that side and nav one or lock one to that side. So that's better. That's better. Okay, thrust is on idle, but looking good. Sign set, expression not required. Approach checklist, altimeter set, DA is set. Confirming. Oh, the minimums are not set. Why though? I did set the minimums. 2460. I did set them. Oh yes, I know why, because we didn't activate the approach. But it's actually already activated. Oh yeah, because we made the direct too. Weird, and why did the minimums not set themselves? 2460, enter. Engine lights set, wait, exterior lights on, and packs advised. We don't have packs. Before landing is next. We are looking good. 220 on the speed, let's maintain 220 for now. By the way, check this out. 1, 2, 3. I was expecting to see more planes above us. I was expecting to see more planes. Not too bad. Actually, even though without the ortho, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, of course, it doesn't look as good as it was looking back there, but it's not terrible. Alright, I just want to see if it does the changeover automatically. It looks like I'll need a little bit of speed brakes, maybe. Maybe not. Need to be below 190 knots on the Sassen waypoint. And then Ikbad. Yeah, we do have jet alpha fuel here on this airfield, so we could refill the jet. Okay, 210, reaching the point. Perfect. It's looking great. Looking really great. So it looks like it will be leveling off 3,900 feet there from Sassen. And that is it's 10 miles out. I mean, I could put the gear down as the field checked. Let's do my controls, vertical speed. We don't need to go this quickly because the glide path intercepts ahead of us anyways. We're just throwing energy out of the window for nothing, essentially. So minus 500, let the speed dissipate slowly. And we'll be there in no time. Now, I wonder if I click approach, will it do the switch over? Let's see, add power. Oh, there we go, it did it. Amazing. Fantastic, already unlocked, autopilot, but altitude hold. I can click now approach, glide slope is armed. Look at this, man. Beautiful stuff. Amazing, we are 8.7 miles out. Let's put the gear down, flaps 1. Close to the speed limit. And V speeds 105. Flaps 2. 105, 110. Alright, missed approach is gonna be straight ahead 6,000. So missed approach 6,000 feet set, flaps 3. Oh, I added a bit too much power there. Feel like I could have waited a tad more, slowed down too early. There's the glide slope. Heading is synced. Wind coming, and a bit of a component from the headwind, a bit of a component from the right side, changing. So just as forecasted. Runway is drying long enough, we're going to vacate at the very end. You know what, let's land with flaps 3, the V-speeds are the same. So just land with flaps 3. And because of the gusts. And landing checklist, gear down 3, green, flaps 3 set, yaw damper is going to be off in a moment. Speed brake closed, go around altitude set, ice protection is on. Little no flare required at VREF. Checked. Alright, let's go. Autopilot off, yaw damper off. Holy shit. Did you see that? That was not me, that was the gust of wind. Rocking the airplane left and right. I'll keep the flight directors on. And I'll decelerate slowly to 110 knots. Yeah, so you see that? That's not me. You can see that my yoke is steady. It's alright. It's all good. Trimming the airplane. We're ready to land. Everything is nice. A little bit below the path. Correcting. Oh boy, man. How different are these conditions? I mean, in Hudsons Hope it was pretty much no wind. It was like 2 knots of wind. And look at this. The way it's gusting. Holy crap. I'm a little bit fast. Let's correct that. Otherwise we'll float forever.
500.
Checked. So approaching minimus. You see the bird? The green icon? You want to keep that bird on the runway. This way you'll constantly keep yourself nice on the profile. Really helps out. Well, this wind is funny. Look at this wind. Okay, speed is there. Continue. Do not descend below minima, below the wide path. Oh man, this was fun. I like this.
100. Glide slope.
Check. Okay, power slowly to idle. Little to no flare. Just keep the center line. Just keep the center line. Speed brakes out. And manual braking. Ooh. This was nice. Man, I'm liking this airplane. You know what, guys? I'm liking this airplane. And for $32, man, this is a lot of fun for a lot of airplane. And I'll still say it. It can still be better. Slow down, slow down. Speed brakes out. Flaps up. Taxi light. Clear left, clear right, vacating via the right. Light shooter, it's a fancy plane. I've been impressed with Aerobask's selection of add-ons. Yeah, it's definitely outside of the box. I could say that. And they did a good job. It can be better. I think they promised. Okay, I think the transponder goes to on automatically after landing because it was on alt mode. I'm 100% sure we did that before the takeoff. So I'll leave it there. Alright, let's give a call to Edmonton. Edmonton Center, November 66 Mike.
6 Mike, go ahead.
November 66 Mike, we are safe on the ground, can close the flight plan. Thank you very much for your service. Have a good day.
6 Mike, flight plan closed, 1909 Zulu. Thanks so much for the traffic. Have a good day. See ya.
Bye-bye. Cool stuff. Alright, let's go. This is the general aviation parking. I feel like we need to go somewhere along that side. Maybe? I don't know. The ground in default 12.2 seems to look better somehow. Yeah, I don't know, but like in this area specifically, it looked kind of okay to me at least. So I totally take that. I mean, it was cool, and I'm happy that we actually did this flight and not the longer one, because this one was pretty fun. A lot of stuff to manage and no auto throttle, like the fast jet. Yeah, that was really cool. All right, let's just park in front of one of these hangars, probably. Let's see. Yeah, man, I would probably go. Let's go near that one. This looks cool. Let's share the YED transponder does that same Hudson Hot Start TBM9 with the G1000. Okay, so I guess that's a feature probably, which is, I would say, pretty cool. Flight director's off. Seatbelt signs off. Alright, let's park it here. Even though we have nobody on the back. And we've landed with 820 something fuel. Sounds good to me. Let's turn around. Alright, parking brake is set, lights are off. Cabin fan too low, shut down the engines. 822. So we've spent roughly 200 kilos on this flight. Strobes are gonna go off. And now basically we just need to do this. That's all done, that's all done. That's off. This is all fine. Test reset. No, that's all good. And we can just go and do this. Nav off. And this. Brakes is set. All is good. Open the door. Get our stuff from the back. Everything would be set. Actually, do we have chocks of this one? We have static elements. Yeah, let's set the static elements. I'm not sure what those are, or probably... Okay, like covers, engine... Yeah, makes sense, actually, because the airplane would be stowed. So I can close the door now. Okay. And I can close the other door as well. And that's it. Do you guys want to see the replay on this one? Daifuko, I finished work, but instead of going home, I'm in the car watching of the phone. Oh, man. That is so... Aw, that's so cool, man. I can't drive home. I'm now in the cockpit with Vlad. Alright, I'm gonna show the replay for you then. Let's see. I hope the static elements disappear, by the way. Okay, the door is on. Let's see. Gonna wait a little bit of time just so it loads up the replay. Come on, X-Plane, you can do it. Oh, cool. All right, let's move ourselves out of the runway and like that. And let's position. We're gonna be some spotter, guys. By the way, today's International Pilots Day, so congratulations. All right, let's watch this. The sky's looking really neat. Really cool. For a moment I thought that was wobbling. Look at us shake. But we managed to maintain a stabilized approach, never went outside of the parameters. So I'm happy with that. Shay TP, listen to the stream like podcast while working too. Awesome, guys. Thank you. That is so cool. You guys can't understand that. That is, I mean, that is so nice. Really, thank you so much. Alright, here we went into idle and very, very, very nice and easy descent. Oh. Super nice. Was that on the center line? Let's see. I don't think that was a perfect center line, but with the wind gusts, I think that was pretty decent. Let's see. I love the flyby. The sounds are cool on the flyby. Man, it is really shaking out there. Okay, center line, center line. Oh yeah, that was pretty much spot on in the center line. A little bit of drift there to the left, but acceptable. And then drift because of the braking. But that one, I'm not afraid of that one. Alright, I can exit the replay. Static elements. On. Everything is set. All the doors are closed. And I guess that's gonna be it. Well, whew, what a live stream, guys. Thank you very much for coming. Again, sorry for the delay that I had in the beginning. I really messed up my timings, but overall I hope you enjoyed this small adventure to Hudson's Hope. Amazing scenery, really enjoyable. And I learned some new stuff, and I hope you guys learned too as well today. This is a pretty cool airplane. I hope Aerobask will continue to develop it further and add some small stuff. Like I said, there are some things in the cockpit that could be working. It is not something, I think, crazy out of the ordinary. And I mean, I just got run over now. I mean, I think they will add that in the meantime, because recently, I think they wrote a post somewhere saying that they they are doing something on the Embraer as well. So yeah. Also, I'd like to thank Tazzy, because Tazzy helped me out to purchase this airplane. He gifted me a voucher for the store. So apart from the discount that there was during the spring sale, I got an extra discount. So thank you as well for that, Tazzy. Thank you very much. I hope you are asleep already. And yeah, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join the channel. We're gonna do some more adventures next week, probably. We're gonna do some Piper stuff, some Piper Fox stuff. If you don't know what's the Piper Fox, you need to join our Discord, and you'll find out what that is. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you very much for all your support. You guys are awesome. See you next week. Have a great time, and you guys are the best. I love you. Bye bye.